All right. And here we are on the beautiful 14th of December 2025. Welcome to the show. It's Penelope Flynn, and I'm here with the rest of your Blerdsassins Next Door, Sonia, James, Nikki, Otto, Cranston. We got a full house today, and we're going to be discussing naughty or nice, which list your heroes or villains make. But before we get started, as usual, we're going to talk a bit about the weather. Sonia, you're top center today. So how's the weather?
Cold and colder. It's 18 degrees, feels like 5.
What?
Supposedly it's snowing outside. At this point, I don't care. I'm not going out there.
Wow. Wow. Were you expecting this weather?
Supposedly, yeah. But then,
Okay.
like Thursday, it gets up to a balmy 50 and then goes back down.
Okay. So you thought it was going to hold out for a little bit?
I thought we would be above 30 for a while.
Wow.
No,
Wow.
we're at the high of 18.
Wow. And it feels, though, like 5.
Yep. I'm so glad we ran all our errands yesterday because I refuse to go out there.
I'm with you.
Not
I,
even going out there to throw away the garbage.
I'm with
In the
you.
outside bin. Mm-mm.
Yeah. All right. So, James, are you feeling a little bit of the same? Are you a little bit warmer up there?
No, it's 21 degrees. We had a light snow this morning,
Wow.
and it's just a typical fall going into winter day in New York.
Okay. So, this is expected this time of year for it to be this chilly.
Yeah.
Ah. Well, y'all enjoy that up there, this normal weather for you.
If
And
anybody's hiring down south, I'm willing to move.
and Nikki, how is it? I know last week you're like it was 85 degrees. So are we still holding out with the 80s?
81 degrees, partly cloudy.
Ah, there we go. See, Nikki's our hero. She's bringing us the good weather.
That's
Okay.
right. You all
All
can come and
right.
enjoy this good weather with me.
Yes, that sounds good to me.
All
All
right.
right. So how about you, Otto? How's your weather?
Well, last week it was like 70 degrees.
Hmm.
And so today all of a sudden it's 39.
Yeah, this is
But
not
it,
good weather.
but it feels like teen spirit, baby. I'm happy to be alive.
Yeah, yeah. I just happy to be inside because this weather is crazy. I thought we are gonna get warmer weather today,
Yeah, you
and I
are.
was
You are.
shocked.
You
Huh?
gonna get warmer. You're gonna get warmer the weather next week. Gonna be like back in the 70s.
Okay, so let's hope that that holds true because I don't want too much more of what it is right now. This is ridiculous. I mean, this is beyond ridiculous. Okay, so Cranston, you're in the South. You're in Jacksonville. So how's your weather?
We were above freezing last night, but just barely. It was like 25 locally.
Wow.
And right now it's 76, but it's dropping and it should get down to the 60s by sundown. And after that, we're going to be skirting around in the 40s. So
Wow. Wow. So the 40s, is that good for you or is that bad for you?
that is very bad for us. I mean, it's just like things stay green around here year round, and now it's back down to the it's like in the 40s. So it was not good. They did have the pipes, plants, and pets warning about taking them all inside,
Mhm.
but you should be mindful that they're out there, so just in case.
I mean, well, what happens to, I mean, is this is normal or is this abnormal? I mean, this time of year, have all the animals gone to sleep, or are they, or whatever left, gone south of the winter or whatever? Have they done that, or is this the type of weather that animals are now, found dead on the road because they didn't know to go inside?
Well, these are the animals that didn't get the weather warning or didn't head far enough south. They said, "Oh, we stopped at about 100 miles too soon." So there's a lot of that going around and everything. But But generally, anything that's out on the side of the road was something that didn't have a sense of direction at all. So,
That's what they get.
yeah,
The
that's
kind and the kindness just keeps coming.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Why you gotta be so mean, Otto?
They should get cable news or something on 10-10 wins or something, man. Take your ass out. I mean, otherwise,
See,
that's it.
the meanness has to stop.
Ain't that
It
The
about
has to
Grinch.
me?
stop.
He's having
The
like a
About
meanness
Grinch
me?
has to
attack, you
stop.
know?
It's reality.
He's
Plus,
having a
No,
Grinch attack.
other animals need to eat. So,
no.
like,
So they're the people who are out there feeding the other animals who needed to eat.
where you think bird's eye food come from?
Okay, thank you, sir. We appreciate that. Where bird's eye food come from. So we started talking a little bit since the beginning about our heroes and villains because we live in an age where we have anti-heroes and again complicated, complex villains. So with that, who is it that makes the naughty or nice list? They have, you know, h- villains who do things that you say, well, yeah, I can get that. I understand that. Their position isn't so wrong. Or heroes that, we like the outcome sometimes. But dang, maybe the thing you did was not so wonderful. Or, in order to do the job that you do as a hero, half your life is a lie. In fact, maybe the whole of your life is a lie. So, which of these people make the naughty or nice list? Or is it that morality is not necessarily part of naughty or nice? Anybody? Cranston? Is because
I
the
would,
issue of
I would
morality and
think
naughty or
it.
nice?
I would say it depends on what has happened over the years with between Me Too's and these other things. That there are people that you you notice that they've been showing all of these Christmas movies, and it seems like Kevin Spacey was in every one they showed. He was in. He had the hardest working agent in anywhere, and he was on the naughty list because of the
Being
revelations that
naughty?
came,
Yeah.
and he made it even worse by trying to explain it by saying, "Well, the reason I did this was because I was really gay and in denial. That's why I did this."
And
And
so, what does that have to do with being gay and in denial? You
well, that
know?
was his whole reason for saying, if I did inappropriate things, that's why I did it. So it's not really my fault. And
Wow.
And so that endeared him to everybody when he did that. And then he got acquitted of everything, which shocked everybody else and everything. So it's kind of
He
like,
said, "Look, this is the reason why I've been living in hotels. I had to use all my money to pay off all these judges and all
mm,
these witnesses so that I could maintain my career. Thank you very much. I
yeah,
may be poor, but at least I'm able to work again."
yeah. Well, that hasn't worked out quite as well as he thought because I think he had just finished. They just wrapped filming. I think All the Money in the World, where he played J. Paul Getty, and
Hmm.
they ended up reshooting all of his scenes with because they said no, we can't use you anymore. But then he was acquitted, so all he has to do is make the forgiveness tour and everything, and he'll be back.
Maybe, but the reality is that when you're gone for so long, other people take your spot.
And the forgiveness tour he started isn't working out so well for him.
Why not?
People one don't trust him, and then saw some of the career choices he made outside of House of Cards, like trying to play a teenage Bobby Darin, and they're not so happy.
But
Well, I guess the thing is, compared to his Barbie Darren, it's the only job I got, so I had to take
somebody
it.
passed right.
No,
Yeah,
he it was his passion project, and
But
everybody was telling him, "You're too old for the role now. Just stick to the producing part." No,
hmm
no, no, no,
maybe
no.
that's the problem. Maybe he's got a one of those. What is it called? When you don't really see yourself,
Blind.
residual self-image. That he sees only the self-image that he had when he was young,
Look
and
in the
when he
mirror.
sees himself in the mirror, that he does not see that. No, you're a man in his 50s. You're not a child.
He wasn't
You
that great
know
looking when he was young, to be honest.
what?
He wasn't that great looking when he was young, to be honest.
But I mean, not the issue of the good looks, but the fact that he thinks that he looks youthful, that he does not look like that, that he in his brain he believes he is youthful looking, but he just isn't.
But the dude got acquitted. So I mean, we got a dude that's convicted that's running the country. So I don't know.
Yeah. But I think that he came around during a period of time where people who were not necessarily very attractive but good actors, could get jobs. And now I don't know if, we're still in that era where people who are unattractive can get jobs even when they're good actors.
Well, he was in that era when he was in that weird thing where he was like a character actor who made
Yes.
the status, and so he got a lot of parts for that reason and everything, And he was, if he wasn't doing a voiceover, he was doing a a character that showed up somewhere else and everything. So
Hmm.
he was like totally uh, given a sort of a pass in order to do a lot of this stuff. And then he didn't realize that, of course, his pass only went so far. So,
Hmm.
I mean, if they could forgive Mel Gibson, they can forgive Kevin Spacey. I
But
mean,
the thing is, with Mel Gibson, it's not an issue of forgiveness. You have a lot of people who, harbor those same belief systems of racism and uh, right wing conservative Bible banging stuff.
in
And I
Hollywood.
mean, he's not even a Bible banger. He's something like altogether different. These are people who believe and with Knights Templars and what's the other one?
Yeah, but he said a lot of racist and
Exactly, but a lot of people are racist, huh? I'm
man.
sorry, Nikki. I thought you were saying something. Did I talk over you?
Oh,
No, it's
okay.
not me.
Okay.
So I would say this. It's like I always say, if Adolf Hitler was alive now, he'd be a star in Hollywood.
If they thought
Because
they could make money off of it, they put him out there.
despite everything he did, it's like, nah, he good.
He's making us money, so he's a-okay.
So you want me to wait? If you got to go ahead and do it,
Somebody need to mute themselves.
Yeah, somebody going on back there in the background. Somebody wants somebody to wait, and somebody's going on to do it. Whatever that is, who it is.
Adolf Hitler. You go ahead. He's starring in
Yeah,
your next feature film. No. So
Yeah, there was a book that said, if Adolf Hitler was alive, he'd be a TV show host right now,
yeah, probably. Look at him.
or a reality TV show host.
I mean, you have people like Rush Limbaugh they allowed on there,
Yep.
and even Howard Stern on the
Rush
radio.
Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh was on NFL football. He was on
Hmm.
ESPN.
Yeah, he would make the naughty list, but he wouldn't make the naughty list loud because right now, he's kind of
So
stoking them fires where he is now
why is Kevin Spacey on the naughty list?
because he's a naughty person.
But he got acquitted of his naughty acts. So
But
But
just because he's acquitted doesn't mean he didn't do them.
yeah,
You
it
know,
just meant that there were certain things that they couldn't charge for, or
or they
statute of
didn't have witnesses
limitations
for.
ran out,
They
or
didn't have.
whatever.
Yeah, or people wouldn't. Witnesses won't testify for
Right.
whatever reason. So he didn't say I didn't do it. He said the reason I did is because I was dealing with my personal issues that I did these things. So maybe they are quote unquote mens rea crimes that you have to have a certain state of mind, and that by saying something like, well, I didn't mean to do it, I was doing something else, or I was uh temporarily insane or whatever it was, that he's able to get beyond whatever that charge is. I don't know exactly
And he
how it
never
was
really
done.
apologized to any of the people that were hurt. He
And
just said,
his victims, not the people
yeah,
hurt, his victims.
but he gave some money though. Didn't he give money to people?
no,
Did
I
he
don't
get
know.
nobody got any money?
I'm not sure. I'm not going to say no because I don't know
I don't
whether
think
they got
so.
it or not. And some people do get money. And I remember, who is that? That bishop or whatever his name in Georgia, Atlanta, the one who was like I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, Nikki. Who molested all James Cleveland is the other one.
no,
Uh
he's got no, not
the
James
which is the
Cleveland.
one?
I know T.D. Jakes is in Dallas.
No, 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 it's Georgia, and he was one of those big, you
I know
know,
just who you're talking about because when we go to Dallas, and we're going place. We passed his church.
See, I'm not talking about TD Jakes is one of them, but he's recent. I'm talking about somebody in the past. But all those young men, and they paid them all off, and then some of them said, "Nah, take the money back. I want to tell on you."
I know who you're talking about, but I
Yeah, but
forgot
I
his
can't
name.
remember his name.
Me
But
too. Me
Let
but
me
either.
some
ask
of
you
those
this:
people, yeah. But the
Can you
fact
be
is, paying somebody off, should that alone put you on the naughty list?
well? My question also is, can you be alive? Do you have to be alive to be on the naughty list? Can you be dead?
Well, I think to be alive, you have to be alive to be on the naughty list. Because if you're otherwise, you're probably just like I say, down there stoking the fires. If you aren't on the naughty list, you made that eternal naughty list. At
I
least
think
that's what I'd like to hope.
paying some people money, like what's his name did on ESPN, the dude. Uh,
Hmm.
he paid that girl like I don't know, man, like $10 million or something like that.
Shannon
What?
Sharp.
Shannon Sharp, right? So I don't know if he's paying the money is like, I just wanted to stop.
Yeah,
That it's not a necessarily, a pronouncement of guilt or
but
innocence.
he's not saying that he didn't do it.
No, well, he's basically is saying I don't want to incur any more legal fees and it's costing me all my endorsements. So,
Hmm. But that's the thing. Isn't that ridiculous? That if he did it, then nobody should be giving him any endorsements.
and if he didn't do it, I mean, you're still lose endorsements because you caught up in you caught some case. So it's
Okay,
like,
now wait, go wait down. Go ahead, and say your favorite line. Go ahead, and say it.
what's
Say
that?
it. If
Oh,
you did it, if you did it, then you're guilty, and I do not want you on my team. If you didn't do it, you're unlucky, and I don't want unlucky people on my team. So if you didn't do it, they charged you for it. That means you're unlucky, and I don't want unlucky people on my team.
so you damn
So
if you do, damned if you don't. Under the
exactly. So it's kind of like if you did it, then you can't be on my team. If you didn't do it, but they charged you for it, that means you're unlucky, and I don't want unlucky people on my team. So there we go. It's
Okay.
unfortunate. Unfortunate, but come on. So you put
more
yourself
people
in a
need to
position where
accuse.
somebody can charge you. That's kind of messed up. I mean, it's one thing if you're tricked, but it's
Well, you
another
know
thing
what
where
though?
you're going out with that person, you're hanging out with them, doing all these things, and you know what you did. You know how old that girl was, and yet you're still doing it.
Well, let me say this.
Come on.
Let me say this then. I would say, I mentioned Mel Gibson, but he's not on the list alone. He by himself. He would have to take all of Hollywood with him. So I would say Mel Gibson and Hollywood.
Yeah.
Come on, Naughty.
Anybody that supports him in Hollywood need to go with him. Anybody who's producing him, any person after that. I mean, I would love to know, like I said years ago, from somebody like Danny Glover, how? Like Tina Turner,
No,
how? I
you
mean,
don't know.
were these people always that way, or did they change? Something
No,
happened to
they
them?
keep it hidden. It's like you. It's like Walter Cronkite is in the Epstein files.
Yeah, right. And you said, what? Walter Cronkite? Why would he be there?
Yeah,
Or
Robert.
what it said that he was friends with Noam Chomsky. He said, Noam Chomsky, how can you be friends with somebody like that? Or associates or whatever you call it with somebody like
Everybody
that.
don't know what you be. Everybody don't know what you be doing.
That's
But
right.
people on the naughty list, they know full well what you're doing. They can't deny that they know what you're doing.
Yeah. Or people in the naughty list know that you weren't doing anything, but they know that as long as they get to be associated with you, that as you try to pull yourself away and say, no, I didn't do it, then they want to like grab onto what do you call it? They're riding on your coattails of morality simply, and people will say they will excuse them because they know you. And it's almost like making you want to say, no, I admit to my issues because I don't want you thinking that this guy should get away with it simply because he knows me or is my friend. You
Well,
know,
that's
that he
why Mel
used
Gibson.
me to validate himself or to pretend
Right.
that he is a moral individual.
But that's why Mel Gibson's on the naughty list because it's full. Is everyone knows what he's doing, and he
Hmm.
still gets projects.
Yeah, because a lot of people, if they are still his friends, his colleagues, associates, then we know what they're all about. So yeah, I mean he's definitely on the naughty list. I mean, he's not just on the naughty list. He's on the Krampus Birch Switch ass beating list. That's the one he's on.
Well, he's on.
Okay, I hate to break it to you guys, but there's no naughty or nice list anymore.
Why
You,
not?
It's not. Look at the current world that we live in. Okay, you got a monster running the country.
mhm.
You got people like Mel Gibson doing buggery. Um,
Buckaroo, you said?
yeah, buggery, fucked up shit. Excuse my
Mhm.
French. And these people are forgiven. Okay, these people are forgiven, or it's just part of course.
Do you think that they're actually forgiven, or is it that people are so corrupt and their morality is
It's both.
so
It's
They're
muddy that
protected.
that's
it's
right, that they actually want to do the things that he does. They maybe
it,
don't have
it
the money or influence. That's all.
it's both. It's both. I have a friend of mine who, as soon as I mention Mel Gibson, she gets defensive. Okay, this is we're like we're like in a perpetual into perpetuity roaring 20s where
Mm,
anything goes. Okay, you're supposed to reward the innocent and punish the guilty or whatever. Nah, it's all of that is gone. I hate to sound like the comedian in the Watchmen and pull out my cigarette lighter and set the map on fire, but this is the world we live in. Right now you have somebody like the Tate brothers.
mm.
Okay. People have no problems with the stuff that they do.
What they used to have problems, and now
Yeah,
they
they
don't.
used to. That's when we lived in a ethical, moral world.
Let me ask you this.
Now all of that is just out the window.
Let me ask you this though. Okay.
Hmm.
Did okay, you say this, but
Right,
did the world change? Did those people change, or were they always the same? Because if you used to love Hitler, right?
right,
Or you used to hate Hitler, and now you say you love Hitler.
right.
I mean, what? I mean, the fact of the matter is, you probably always loved him, but you just were too afraid
Yeah.
to say
Well,
that.
and here's my answer. Okay, it's not that people changed. It's not that the world changed. It's technology changed. Okay, technology changed where you get people that have always had a love affair with Hitler. They're able to find echo chambers and other people on the internet that agree with with
Oh,
it.
okay. So basically, they took their position only because they were pressured by people around them, and once they found people of their own, the birds
Ilk.
of their own feather,
Right,
they felt
Hmm.
more bold.
right, right. It
Ye-
was a more not to cut you off, but it was a slower process because, like I tell people, a lot of this hate that's coming out now,
Mhm.
it's always been there, but they never had the technology. People used to call in New York City to Bob Grant, Rush Limbaugh, calling the WABC radio. And what would they say? They say, "Oh, Bob, you're saying stuff that
Yeah.
I'm afraid to say."
Hmm.
Okay, so it went from that to like after Rush Limbaugh. Then you had cable. Okay, people getting on cable. I remember one time, it was an uproar. One time I went to visit when my sister was living in Virginia, Chesterfield County. It was an uproar down there because on the public access channel, the Ku Klux Klan was producing TV shows, and it went from stuff like that,
How
and
do you
then with
how do you know that it was the KKK doing the production? Did they have like
because they did it right in people's faces. They didn't hide behind a hood. They had a white supremacist show on public access down in Virginia, Chesterfield County. I don't want to condemn all of Virginia. And it was a fight to get them off of there. See? So
I think
as
this, but the thing is, I think you're starting to lead into a few things that, of course, deal with real life and also fictional lives, which
man,
is the issue of they want to hide behind things like the First Amendment, where
yeah,
they say, "Well, I can be as nasty and as I want to be because this is my opinion and that's my First Amendment right to speak, my
yeah,
opinion." But even things, I think there's been an erosion, even things like what fighting words and things of that ilk, that if you say certain things that lead to people becoming violent, you're responsible for that. But now that's the thing, I think, when they talk about quote unquote politically correct, I want to be able to, say the word, the N word without, any consequences. But it's not just that. They want to be able to erode the sense of fighting words, to say things that are so offensive that they would lead other people, to put hands on them,
right.
but they want to be able to say, "Oh, well, no, that's political." I should be able to say whatever it is I want to say, and you just have to, put up with it, take it, because that's my First Amendment right. Even though the First Amendment rights only have to do with what the government
Yeah,
permits you to say, not what other individuals
yeah.
might, not like
There
to say.
was a time when I know from my own personal experience, if you said in New York City, "you people" to a black person, that was going to be a fight. Okay, because I can remember in my younger days, I was on a train and I bumped into this white guy, and he made a mistake. He made a couple of mistakes. One, he said "you people" because we got into a little verbal dispute. Number two, he was too slow
Mm.
getting out the train door, and number three, he was in my home stadium because this happened at 125th Street, and I jumped up in his face. I said, "What do you mean by you people?"
and that's the first thing that you say. That's the first thing that people say when you say you people. You always say, "What do you what do you mean by you people?"
Well,
Yeah,
give you an opportunity to explain yourself
yeah.
before the meeting begins.
He was like, "Oh, well, I didn't mean it like that." I said,
I
"Yes,
just
you
met
did."
you. I just met
I
you.
said, "Yes, you did. Yes, you did." I said, "You know what? I will whip your ass on this train platform right now." I said, "You lucky I got to get to work."
Gotta go
So
to
my
work.
question is this: now,
She
you
took
think
work.
that mindset, that being able to say "you people," blah blah blah, that do you think that these things were written into fictional characters to make it acceptable before people thought that it was acceptable um, in real life?
No, I think that was that was also kind of like what they call dog whistle
Hmm.
kind of thing, for instead of saying the N word,
You people.
yeah, you people. And mind you, this applies. See, the thing about you people is kind of generic.
Hmm.
Okay, so you can apply it to just about anybody that you're upset with. You
Hmm.
you could be walking by a gay bar and
You
bump
people.
Hmm.
into a person. You say, well, you're like, well, you people need to watch where you're going.
It's
Yeah,
very much. It's very widely useful. But
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
you know who would wind up on my naughty list would be Tyler Perry because
Hmm.
he's in the you people business.
Yeah.
He's in the you people business. All his movies are about you people, and it celebrates you people. The differences between, white black people are different, right? It
Hmm.
even has him himself playing a black woman, and so he's telling you why black people are you people and different than everyone else because we are the you people. So that's why Tyler Perry will wind up on my naughty list.
but again, I don't.
But this is what
I
we're
hate
gonna do. Okay, wait. Let's, I'm gonna say this. You're a writer. You write fiction. Let's just, for the moment, accept that in this writing assignment you have, that the naughty list and the nice list do exist. So if you would proceed from the agreed fallacy or agreed fiction that a nice list and naughty list exist,
right.
then who is it that makes it and who is it that doesn't?
How long is the show?
Oh, come on. Come
I'm
on.
I'm
He
I'm
will make
I'm
all
serious.
Come
350
I
on.
can go.
million
Okay,
Americans.
I can go. Let me start off in sports,
Okay.
right?
But I said, well, no, no, but let's stay fiction. Let's stay fiction. Because we've given a groundwork with what we think of in a foundation in fact, but fictional characters.
Fictional
Because
character.
because we could be fact people all day. I mean, I would
Okay,
condemn
I
Yeah,
can't.
well,
anybody.
that's
Too many people
why
to
Okay,
condemn.
but
that's why
I,
I asked how long is the
Hmm.
show.
I can't put
Okay,
time.
you want me to pick a fictional character to put on a naughty
I mean,
list?
I would give you fictional characters, and I would give you people that create fictional characters. How's that?
No offense. Okay, fictional character. No offense, Cranston, but probably Cranston Vauxhall. Okay, Cranston Vauxhall is a character.
See the what you call it? Ghost something. What's his name?
Who the
What is
what?
that guy's name? The superhero,
The shadow.
the Shadow. Is
No,
that his?
no. This is not that Cranston. No,
That's
this
Lamont
is
Cranston, right?
yeah, Lamont Cranston. No, this Cranston Vauxhall I created, and basically he was part of the catalyst of my occult detectives being in the situation that they're in.
Now, which one?
Okay.
Which character is he? What does he do that makes him super naughty?
Well, he accidentally, the backstory or just story is he accidentally was infected by a creature from beyond the stars, a cosmic horror that landed in
Okay.
upstate New York in a meteor.
Hmm.
And in getting infected, he became a vampire. Okay, because with folklore, I also tend to tell people that there's a grain of truth in folklore.
Hmm.
And he just constantly he became infected and he became subservient to the cosmic horror, and his thing was basically feeding the the thing victims.
Mm.
And in the course of him doing it, down in low Manhattan, Wall Street, he he infected uh
Madison.
Madison Cavendish and Seneca Sioux
Hmm. Sun
Sun
Mountain.
Mountain. Yeah. So yeah, and the thing about it, you couldn't put him in a bag and whip him like crumpet, get crumpets to whip him
Yeah.
because he's pretty much friends with Crumpus, you know. So yeah, I would put him on definitely on
The naughty list.
the naughty list.
So okay, 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 okay. I get Madison, right? But Seneca Sue is not a vampire. Seneca Sue is a werewolf.
Right, right.
So is it that he just infects them and what they become, whatever it is that
Well, what
something
it is,
that makes them? How is it that they?
what it is this. Many moons ago, and depending on when I get to the next volume,
Mhm.
Earth was kind of like, I wouldn't say invaded, but a lot of meteors from another part of the solar system hit Earth, and these cosmic horrors emerge from these meteors, and they just have a insatiable appetite. Okay, and in the course of them, their feeding in certain parts of the countries, they just happen to come across vampires and werewolves and what is it, cryptoids or
Mhm.
cryptids?
Mhm.
Yeah. So not only were they eating humans, but they were eating vampires, werewolves, cryptids.
Mhm.
Democrats, Republican, black,
Okay.
white,
Thank you.
straight.
Thank you. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you. All right, we get it. We get
Yes.
it.
Okay.
They're omnivores.
Right. Yeah, exactly. They so that would be one person on the list. And I guess any of the fictional characters, well, this is going way back from the
Who's
leopard
somebody breaking
spots.
something or crunching something?
Sound like somebody's eating ice. No, well, actually, it sounds like a cosmic horror from that he has emerged from a meteorite. No, but yeah, other fictional characters from the book The Leopard Spot. Okay, if I get the title of the book correctly, because the leopard spots were adapted into a movie called The
Hmm.
Birth of a Nation.
Hmm.
Okay, so if there's any fictional characters that I would like to see ride in hell, it's those characters.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Well, I like to put somebody on the nice list that never gets
Who?
on the nice list.
Who?
Ebenezer Scrooge.
All right. So explain yourself. How does Ebenezer Scrooge make it onto your nice list?
Well, I've been reading and watching
You
various.
sure that's not a cousin?
Okay, you know what? That's the thing. So I put I put James on the naughty list. Just put his ass just put his ass right there, leave it there for all year.
Damn him to hell!
So
Damn James Curtis to hell!
let me
There you
explain
go.
myself. Let me explain. Well, Scrooge, Ebenezer Scrooge is always people consider him always being, the person who's, you know, demeaning Bob Cratchit and not paying him enough money and blah 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 and mean to by means of being mean to Bob Cratchit, mean to Tiny Tim, blah blah blah. But I think people need to look at that story differently because I've been reading and watching different variations of A Christmas Carol
Yes.
or Scrooge, and he's not that bad. He talks a good game,
Just a second,
but you,
okay.
you really can't find any one thing in any of the tellings of the tale that he has done bad. You don't see him punch anybody or kick anybody or call anyone a nasty name. He's grumpy. He's old.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of grumpy kind of goes with being old. And so, but he does employ Cratchit. He doesn't pay him enough money. He doesn't give him enough health care, but he adjusts after he's brought to his senses and he's seen what's going on. And so the end of the Scrooge or Christmas Carol story is that he comes out nice and he's like insanely nice to people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so why shouldn't he be on the nice list?
Yeah, I think yeah, I think I agree.
I would agree. I would agree. In fact, I figured, just the fact that he redeems himself in the end, yeah, he should be on a nice list.
I mean, how many people, even in somebody real life or even fiction, get redeemed or redeem themselves? I
Yeah.
mean, you
And
watch A Wonderful Life, right?
yes.
And he starts off in the film, James and Cranston's favorite actor, Jimmy Stewart. He starts off being such an all around nice guy and everything, and then when Uncle Billy makes a mistake with the bank with the money,
All done,
Mm-hmm.
my dear. Okay, well, thank you. You are more than welcome.
when Uncle Billy makes a mistake, this guy goes off on him.
So much. Hmm.
He really does. I mean,
I know. I
he
mean, he
said basically
grabs him, saying, "You
somebody
old
going to jail
fool."
ain't gonna be
Yeah,
me.
it's not gonna be me.
He's
He's
a
very
nasty.
mean.
He start bitching at his wife. He's like,
Yeah, and
why
his
do I have to have
children.
so many kids? And why do we live in this old house? He's like, God damn. You
I
the
mean,
whole
just one
factory
bad thing
and all this stuff.
happens and you lose it, and unleash
Yeah,
it
but
on
the thing
everyone.
is that makes him quote unquote relatable is that I guess the people in the town who are like praying for his salvation and redemption in the beginning of the movie don't know any of that. The only thing they know is all the good stuff he's done. They don't know about him going off on Uncle Billy and ready to throw him under the bus or anything like that. And it's sort of like he only becomes this terrible person because he's forced into this position.
Yeah,
So
but the
much
thing
so
is,
that
he
No,
he's
had to be in my mind, though,
you know
Cranston. He
what
had
it's
to be
like?
that person to begin with in
It's
order
like
to get
it's
there.
like it's like this country almost to me. It's like it's easy to be good and nice to people when things are going the way that you hope they would or you expect them to. But at the first sign of trouble,
You show your true self.
you know, with the economic with the recession hits,
Hmm.
it's like where all these black people come from? Why they taking all my money? What's
Yeah,
he's
it's always somebody else's fault, not
that
the
character
system,
is
though.
exactly like this country kind of, the first hint of trouble.
First sign of trouble.
I start blaming people and pointing fingers. So
Hmm.
maybe this dude don't need to be. He don't need to be. He need to be on the naughty list. Take Scrooge off the naughty list. Put this guy on it.
Because that's who he really is. And the thing is, Scrooge becomes who he really is when he sees the error of his ways. And if you think about it, the only reason that George Bailey, turns around is because he realizes that the things that I did, whether it be good things, bad, whatever my existence, my failure to exist would cause so much damage. Now, understand, he doesn't say, I wish that these bad things didn't happen. He says, I wish I had never been born, you know, because the burden is so heavy, not on those people, but the burden is so heavy on me that I wish I'd never been born, or maybe thinks everybody else would have had a better life had I not been born. I don't know who it is that he thinks would have had a better life if he hadn't been born. The only person I could think of is probably his wife, right?
Well, he talked about his wife, but she would have been a spinster. She would have been a spinster, right? So
Right, right. But he thinks that she's the only person I think that he could
all that
say that realistically
Violet,
that she would have had a better life if he had not been born.
this
Because
Violet,
his parents' lives would not have been affected if he had not been born. His
Violet,
brother's life would not have been affected if he had not been born. They just would have been
Violet,
themselves.
Violet,
Violet,
who becomes a hooker or something like that.
yes, she does. But the thing is, I don't think he's thinking of her when he says
you know
that.
even worse. He becomes a repressed librarian.
Yeah, which is
What's wrong
kind of
with that,
sad.
Cranston? What's wrong with that, Cranston?
Yeah, Cranston. Repressed librarians. I bet you know a bunch of them.
Something.
They're probably very nice people, right?
Well, we're not all repressed, so
Well, to say that this is a bad life because it is a better life supposedly
But
to
he's in.
have, a hmm?
When he's in, he's so egocentric. He should be
Right,
he should be on the
right,
naughty list because he's almost like America, you know.
yeah. That, oh my gosh, without me, everybody's lives would be so terrible, but it's not really that. It's like, what could I mean? Is the wish would be like, gosh, I wish God, I'm praying that they find that money, right? And that we're found not that we aren't guilty. We find that money, correct? Because it's all it was.
Being- He's
That's
not
all
being
it was. I mean, all
he's not
day,
being
every
redeemed.
day, things are going
He's not
on.
redeemed. He's not redeemed like Scrooge is.
No,
He's in a bad situation. He
and
start
then
cursing at people and being nasty, and then people bring him money, and his brother wires him money, and all this kind of stuff. And his situation changes. His situation becomes better, and so he becomes better. But if his situation became the same way, what was he going to do? Throw Uncle Billy in jail?
I mean, well, he came back out of it
yeah. Well,
saying,
hey,
no,
somebody
the
has to
whole
go to
point was
jail.
that
It's
they,
not going to be me.
right, that's what he said. But when he comes out of it, he's saying, okay, so what? I go to jail. Like, Mr. Potter goes like, it's Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter. Then Merry Christmas to you in jail. And so I said, yeah, so I'm gonna go to jail. Big deal. I'm still here.
No.
And so that's the thing. But I don't know if he would have maintained that sense of joy if they had found him guilty of embezzlement. I don't know if he'd been still that positive.
Well, maybe things would have worked out better if he like maybe pistol whipped Uncle Billy.
Yeah.
How's that gonna get his money back though?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
everybody
but
came through and brought the money.
it's the thought
But
that counts though.
yeah, but what? But okay, but what if we did a version of It's
Well, it
a
makes
Wonderful
him
Life,
feel
right?
better.
Yeah, think about it. We did a version of It's a Wonderful Life, but said that George Bailey did steal the money. Then what?
If he
What if
did,
George Bailey actually stole the money?
and then what? And then try to blame it on Uncle Billy?
Yeah, yeah. Blamed it on Uncle Billy or who else? Somebody just blamed it on other people. What if he did that? What if nobody knew that he actually did it? You know?
He's a hypocrite though, right?
Right.
Because he's going throughout life. Everybody loves George. Everybody in town loves George Bailey. You know, and then
For real.
the people in the town belong on the naughty list too, because as soon as they find out something wrong, they rush the bank asking for their money. You know damn well that your money not in that bank like that. You know that.
Yes, yes.
And the first sign of trouble, it's like the first. The whole town is like the first sign of trouble, people.
Yeah.
Oh crap! I gotta pull all my money out and put it under my mattress.
Yeah. I mean, imagine, what if that had been the case? That everybody freaks out and they want all their money back right this instant, you know?
It did.
Listen, you guys.
Mhm.
Let me handle Uncle Billy. A couple of pearl
Oh,
handled shots to his
man.
dome and straighten him out. I'll settle his hash.
Oh my lord. Look
I
at
say
you.
that George Bailey and the entire uh, town of what Bedford Falls
Bedford Falls, yeah.
put the whole damn town on the naughty list
Wow, man. You are cruel. You
and
you getting rid
take Scrooge off the naughty list and put him on the nice list.
yeah. Everybody else he's on the naughty the whole Bedford Falls hits the naughty
Take
list.
the adults of Bedford Falls on the list.
I mean, well, the children don't have agency, so it's presumption that only the adults, I would presume,
Yeah.
I
that
put
they
the kid,
go.
I put the kids on there too.
Why? What they do?
Zuzu pedals.
Stop playing that terrible song, Zuzu.
Yeah, get your ass on the naughty
Play it
list.
right and
Right.
go to piano lessons. And your parents work hard and you aren't even practicing.
That's right.
Yeah,
Wait a
she's on
minute.
the naughty list.
Isn't isn't there a part where they're dancing and the basketball court opens up into a pool?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so whoever built whoever built that monstrosity.
Yeah. Here's the other thing.
Yeah, all y'all. All y'all.
Who in the
The
right
naughty list.
does that actually exist in the world?
I think back in the day
Yeah.
somebody came up with the idea that yeah, we'll have a retractable
Yeah, yeah.
basketball
Yeah, no,
court.
I know in the Northeast, New York, other places, they have ice rinks and then they put down basketball floors.
Yeah,
I,
Madison Square Garden is that
yeah,
is yeah.
yeah, but I never heard of a floor retracting and it's water on like a 10-foot pool underneath.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
well,
I
that
don't
was
know. Was that a
no,
thing?
Well, it was a spring fling, so of course it wouldn't be ice underneath it.
Yeah,
No, I
but
know
no
that
that
any water underneath it at all. Period. Ice
no,
or otherwise.
no that was something that somebody came up with back then. Just like a lot of women don't know that in the old baseball stadiums like the Polo Grounds, when men went to the bathroom to do their thing, there wasn't really like a urinal. It was just one trough with
nasty.
faucets that once you pissed it, it was like a long sink, and you pissed it in and you just turned on the faucet and it would drain out.
They could bring
Yeah.
that back. I'm
Uh,
fine with that. Fine with that.
No, thank you.
As long as I get to relieve myself, I really don't care how it's
I
done.
mean, the things I don't know, man.
Uh.
You're standing up there doing your business, and some man standing next to you.
No, I've pissed in many places in New York.
I know you're nasty though.
I pissed in schoolyards, trees,
Again, you're a nasty though.
against corners, in corners.
Uh huh. We're proud of you.
My
Nasty
mark
stuff.
is all over Brooklyn and Manhattan.
Ew, growing up.
Listen, I staked out my I
Mhm.
staked out my territory many a times in the Bronx.
Y'all are very nasty little guys. Thank you very much.
I had to
Don't talk
pee.
to us no
What am I
more.
supposed to do? Not
Stop
pee?
talking about your nastiness. That's what we want you to do.
So you put me on the naughty list because I pissed?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Because nobody wants to smell your
Without any concern
urine.
for public hygiene.
Yeah.
Yes.
No one's just,
Well, you
I
know
mean,
what though?
some such
You know what,
sensitive
Sonia?
noses.
Sonia, the thing is though, when I went to take a leak, it smelled like piss anyway, so I wasn't the first one there.
That's
So
even
And
just
worse.
because somebody else did it, you're going to jump off of the cliff too?
Oh,
Yes.
and and,
Check out the
and
visit.
I must
And
add,
she's gonna be
I'm
your.
just
Yeah,
saying,
oh, yes, your new mother now. She
yeah.
I,
said that to
I
you.
must
She's your new
add,
mother.
I'm just saying that over the years I have seen women doing their business out in the street
Get
too. But
out of here! Nobody doing that nastiness.
no, no, you'd be surprised how.
I would be surprised.
Yeah,
Yes,
you have. I have seen women go between two cars.
Oh, that's nastiness.
nasty.
Okay,
That's pure nastiness.
And the cars were on too. They were turned
You know what? Be quiet over there.
on.
Back to the topic.
Back to
Come
the topic.
on. Yeah.
So
So
so so take Scrooge off.
Bedford
Put
Falls
the
goes on.
put George Bailey and entire town of Bedford
Bedford
Falls on.
Falls goes on town.
Yes.
Bedford
Yes.
Falls.
Yeah.
Mr. Potter also because he starts all this by
Mm.
stealing the money.
Are you kidding? Yeah, he's in there. Yeah.
He stole the money.
Right.
Just his Uncle Billy made a
Only,
mistake and
the only
gave it to
person
him,
I would
and
exempt.
then he lies and
The only
says
person.
that,
The only
uh-huh,
person I would exempt Penelope. It may be
mm-hmm,
Uncle Billy. I would exempt him.
because he didn't do it on purpose.
He's just old and senile.
Yeah, and
okay.
my question is, why you let a senile man take your money to the bank? I mean, like you're just asking for trouble.
Has anybody ever saw the Saturday Night Live skit with Dana
Oh my
Carvey?
God, yes, yes. My favorite line: "You want a piece of this baby?" Yeah, I want a piece. Yes,
Well,
I love that.
apparently in that skit, Mr. Potter could walk all along.
Yeah,
He
you
was
can
fake.
walk
He was
all
faking it.
along.
Yeah, he could
Get
walk all
him,
along. Right.
get him.
And let me tell you something else too. To be talking about like these fictional characters like that.
Hmm.
I don't see. When I was a kid, I believed in Santa Claus for a while. I was a kid and believed in
Yeah,
Santa
we
Claus.
all did at one point, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, I believed in it. I would call me naive, but I believed in Santa Claus. Now, what I did not know about was that along with Santa Claus came a certain character named Krampus.
Hmm.
So, and Santa Claus was fully aware of Krampus tagging along with him.
Yep,
And so I was told the legend. You guys may have been told other things, but I was told that even though if you see Santa Claus, you look for Santa Claus,
yes.
you get pepper thrown in your
Right,
eye,
his blood
which
pepper
I
in your
thought was
eyes.
pretty bad. But
Yeah,
you know that's what you get for looking. So you get pepper thrown in your eyes, or maybe if you were a bad kid all year long, you get coal in your
a lump of
stocking.
coal. Yes.
Right? Nobody told me about about a demon whipping your ass.
And throwing you inside of a sack or a
Right.
basket and taking you to hell.
While Santa Claus looks on
And says, "Yep, that's what you get."
and said, yeah, that's
That sounds
how
about
that
right.
works.
That
That's
sounds
how it
about
works.
right. That's what you
So I
deserve.
put y'all may people may disagree with me, but because of that, I put Santa Claus on the list.
Santa is the
No,
worst
I
man.
disagree because you got to understand this. You have to have some type of cohesive law and order. Okay,
Law
you
and
can't
order.
just can't have kids peeking and seeing Santa Claus and running amok. That's anarchy and chaos.
Okay.
Okay, so if the little kid is like, "Oh, are you Santa?" Midnight.
Man, that sound mean. I mean, here's the thing though. If kids knew about the full Santa Claus story, like in Rankin Bass, instead of the stuff like Santa Claus coming to town and all that, if they did this full Santa story, would they be wanting? Would they leave out milk and cookies for Santa, or want Santa to come down the chimney?
That's
You
okay.
they
That's
better
okay.
have they better leave them milk
But
and
look, I said,
cookies
"Look,
or
Santa,
else.
you just passed my house, okay?
Yeah,
I don't want
it's not like a
anything anymore.
grift. It's not like a grift, Penelope. That's what I
I
mean.
don't want anything anymore."
So like a protection racket
Yeah. If you knows what I knows, you better have those cookies and milk on the table
Yeah, yeah.
tonight.
It's like Penelope, like Robert De Niro said on the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Hmm.
Stick and stones may break your bones.
So what about the other part?
Yeah.
Words would have helped me. I said
Yeah.
what I said. Let's fix it. Don't break your bones.
No, I mean,
Okay.
I mean that's a scary. The Santa Claus Krampus thing is goddamn scary, and I challenge any one of y'all to remember back where you remember when you believed in Santa Claus. If you only knew that Krampus came along, that was like a joint venture. Whether or not you would be
Be
so happy
asking
to,
for Santa
yeah,
Claus to come to your house.
yeah, yeah,
And you know what? I'm going to tell you
and
because your parents,
writing
would-
letters to him so you know where you live.
yeah, we like your parents do a job on you, right? Because all year they're not telling you that you're good. They're basically telling you that you're kind of skating on thin ice all year long, so that at the end of the year, when you want to write your letter to Santa Claus and ask for something, and you kind of like, I don't know about that. I think I told you, you've been skating on thin ice pretty much all year long. Do you want to bring all of this to the attention of Santa Claus? I mean,
You
I'm
be
just
like
saying,
7 years old.
it's
You
up
be
to
like
you.
7 years old, where you say, "Nah, that's okay."
I'm good.
No, well, I
I'm good.
kind of got out of the Santa Claus myth early because see, my problem was okay, Santa Claus is supposed to come down the chimney.
Mhm.
So I look at the incinerator in the hallway,
Oy
and I'm
vey.
like, how is he going, as big as he is, how is he going to get down the incinerator,
Mhm.
come out the incinerator, and give, you know, gifts to the whole floor? Plus, heaven forbid if back in the day, that's when the incinerator was an incinerator, the fire on, down the basement, burn garbage. So I was like, I don't know.
I don't know how that's working out.
Well,
Because
you know,
Yeah,
more
the
people
chimney.
had chimneys. More people had chimneys and fireplaces than they had incinerators, James. So
yeah, I understand that, but where I lived at, no, Santa
What
Claus
I would
coming
explain,
down.
what I would explain to you, if that was the way that you had your understanding of Santa Claus, if I was your mom and dad, I said, well, James, the way it works, my little Jerry, the way this works is that once upon a time, our family lived in a house, so we had a nice chimney. But once you were born and was so terrible, we had to move to this place. And as a result, Santa Claus doesn't come here because, as you know, he would fall into the incinerator and be burned to a crisp. So,
And
so because of you, your
right,
brothers and sisters, nobody that you know here, all your friends, they did the same thing to their parents.
right,
So this is the reason why we live here because no Santa Claus will not visit us here, but that's okay. It's just only your fault. All
yeah,
your fault.
and to all of that,
Yes.
I know good and well. I know good and well my parents wouldn't even attempt that. My parents used to say, "Listen, we're gonna put what you want for Christmas on. Make a list, okay? Make a list. Look at maybe the circular that they advertise for toys in the Daily News, and we'll see. We'll go down to Westchester to not John's Bargain, Cheap Charlie's toy shop or
cheap
Pyramid's
shot.
toy shop. Yeah, that was his name.
Yes. Yes. And I would agree with you 100% because I would. The corollary to what I'm going to say is that yes, and where other people in their families, their parents are not burdened with having to go out and buy gifts for their children because they get their gifts from Santa Claus. But
Mhm.
for children like you who've made it
Let me ask you this.
necessary for us to be living here and not having Santa Claus visit, well, we have to take extra time and effort out of our schedule to go down to do Charlie's and take
Cheap
money out
shot.
of our family's budget in order to buy gifts for
Let
you.
me let me ask let me
Thanks.
ask the panel. Let me
Thanks.
ask the panel question. When did
Oh,
do y'all remember y'all stopped believing in Santa Claus? You remember what age?
yeah. Yeah.
No, like I said, once I
That
started
was
thinking about the incinerator, and plus WPIX didn't help because they would show the Yule log
Mhm.
all night on Christmas Eve, you know, with the fireplace on the show. Nah, and
what age was that when you said there's no Santa? You thought to yourself that there can't be a Santa.
I think I was about in third grade when I knew that there was no. I remember in third grade knowing that there was no Santa Claus, but thinking, wouldn't it be cool if you could see somebody flying across the sky in a sleigh? So that's why I remember that. I remember having that conscious thought about, man, it would be really neat if you really could see someone flying across the sky in a sleigh.
So
So I
at
think
like
it's like
8 years
third
old,
grade.
something like that.
Yeah. I don't know if I stopped believing before that, but I know at that point I remember thinking, wow, that would be really cool if that something like that existed.
Anybody else? Anybody else remember when they start believing in Santa Claus? Other than James? Nobody?
I can't remember a specific time. I remember reading that Saint Nicholas was based on the Turkish, is it
Hmm.
Turkish Saint
Yes.
Nicholas? And wondering why the Saint Nicholas, if he was from Turkey, why he looked the way he looked.
Hmm.
That there was a disconnect there. If it's Turkish, he should be a little,
Swarthier.
yeah,
You thought that as a kid?
yeah. I don't remember when.
Wow.
Yeah.
You was in the heavy concepts at an early age.
No, I was like, wait,
Was
Turkey
you
is near
hanging out
Africa.
with
How,
guys
how
that too?
come he's in the North Pole now? If he was living near Africa, wouldn't he want to stay where it's warm?
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's heavy. That 7 or 8
That
years
makes
old.
sense.
I mean, but I'm
And
Well, he
then
looking.
the other
wanted to stay
people were
where it's
trying to tell me
warm.
he could escape. My uncle was in the Air Force, so he said that's where he escapes all of the military traffic and stuff. That's why he's in the North Pole.
Aw, that was
And I
cute.
just went, ain't nobody going to Africa. He could have escaped it there.
Mhm.
What a kid.
My mom raised me to ask questions.
I mean, I ask questions too, but here's the thing. It was
I
back
don't think I would
then.
I
ever.
never spoke about it in
Yeah,
parochial school.
yeah,
I knew where
yeah,
to talk about it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I didn't even
Yeah.
believe. Listen, if a fat white guy is bringing me toys, I ask no questions. I'm good. I'm good.
Hand him over.
And if you look it up, really, everybody,
Yes.
She
Yeah.
stopped.
If we look it up, everybody
Stop what? She stopped
started
talking.
talking. She stopped.
I'll tell you. I think I was like around your age, Penelope, like between 7 and 8.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it wasn't me that came to the conclusion because once again, I'm a person that don't ask questions and good things happen.
Yep.
It was other kids. It's like I learned how I learned think about other kids. The other kids have older brothers and sisters.
Mhm.
It's like how I learned about almost everything in the world, and it's like how you learn about sex, or you learn about other kids
Mhm.
that have older brothers and sisters. And they tell you, that you got that kid in your classroom or something that's like an expert or something, all the other kids just,
Everything. Yeah.
yeah. So they, they're carrying a briefcase and a suit to, class.
Mhm.
And then, and they're like the answer person, the answer guy,
Yeah.
you know. So what about this? What about what about no? Well, somebody said, well, Santa Claus is really the president of the United States.
The fuck?
You know,
Yeah.
they got these different viewpoints, So
Mhm.
7 or 8, it just got too conflicted, and so I came out with people saying this about Santa, that about Santa, and
Mhm.
then some other kid, usually is a black girl, said there ain't no Santa Claus. I said, oh man, that's really what you call it, really she took a stance.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, in my neighborhood, it was usually the kids would say there's no Santa Claus came from like really large families,
Yeah. Makes
you
sense.
know, and
Makes
they
sense.
ain't no Santa Claus, and they would kind of soften it, saying, "Oh well, Santa Claus can't go around the world,"
Mhm.
and
Yeah, it was
give off,
debatable. It was debatable.
yeah,
Mhm.
Like you can't go around the world. So if you say he can't go around the world, you're saying then you're gonna make up excuses like how he could go around the world. Yes, he can.
Yeah.
He has a jetpack on his thing.
I
Yeah.
could believe now Santa Claus could go around the world when I found out that in the Lapland, the reindeer who have antlers during Christmas time are all female.
Mhm.
See, you drill down way deep.
So
Yeah,
there's only one way that a guy could get around in 24 without any apparent plan and do all that traveling without consulting maps
Well,
if
you
he
didn't believe.
wasn't being led around by 8 women.
Wait a minute,
Oh, there we go.
you didn't
but don't boom.
believe in magic
Mhm.
and stuff.
Oh,
Why
I
not?
believed in magic, but not that kind of magic.
Wow.
I also believe, more Santa was more like up there with the Holy Trinity. He was like he was the Holy Ghost's other partner or something. It was more that kind of a belief.
Well,
Well,
I mean,
my thing was
That's how he got around the world in
no,
24 hours.
my thing was Santa Claus had nothing to do with Jesus, which made him even
I
more.
didn't put him
even
in
better.
Jesus. I said he was
Even
an
better.
entity like the
Yeah.
Holy Ghost.
I
So
no,
no,
I
because
was, it was
those things need to be kept separate in my life too.
yeah, and that's why I like Santa Claus because he didn't you didn't have to go to church or nothing.
Yeah.
You know,
This is separate.
Okay. Um, God bless. I'm glad at that age you were contemplating about all of that and female deer and all that.
Yeah, but I knew not
I
to
was,
ask it in church in school,
yeah, but
going to a parochial school. That was
listen,
heresy.
my main concern was, am I gonna get the Tudor football set for Christmas, or do I
Yes.
have to wait a couple of months later?
Somebody
That's
pledged
my
that.
only concern.
I'm not looking into all America investigates. I'm like, am I going to get what I want or not? I don't care
Yeah.
who's going. I don't care who's bringing it. It could be my father, my mother, my uncle, a fat white man, a skinny white dude.
Yeah, am I getting some stuff? That's all
Yeah,
I care
Yeah,
about.
that's all I care about. Am I gonna get that
Am
Hot
I
Wheels
getting this
set for Christmas
or
or not?
not? Somebody,
yeah.
somebody,
I'm not
tell
trying to
me.
do a thesis. I'm just trying to get paid, man. That's all.
Trying to get paid. Very good. I like that, man.
That's all kids. That's all. Except Sonya's like an FBI investigator.
Yes.
I'm trying to get paid, y'all.
Yeah, I understand. Absolutely.
I
I
just
want
want my GI Joe.
That's right.
like Eddie Murphy said, I want a GI Joe with a
Got
kung
you with
fu
the kung fu
True
grip.
grip.
I'm not trying to look into things, and
Yeah, if you look too closely, you may see something you don't want to see.
yeah,
Just
and then I
stand
messed.
back and wait for the goodness to come.
That's right. I messed up for life. I'm an American. I deserve good shit to happen to me.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that. So I mean, but okay. Now with that in mind, do we remove Santa Claus from the naughty list, or does he stay there?
Stays there for me because of Krampus. That's for me.
Okay.
That's me personally. Because if I had known when I was younger that
Hmm.
there was a payment that large to pay, then I would have took a different attitude towards Santa Claus. So just for me, I'm not speaking for everybody else, but I think he belongs.
Nah, out of fear that I might get pep in my eyes, I'm gonna
Hmm.
keep him on the nice list.
Yeah, you got paid, so shouldn't he have been on the nice list because he got paid?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you gotta what you gonna pay. I mean, so if you go to a job where somebody beats you every day, right?
Hmm.
That's not a job I want. I get paid, yeah.
But I don't
But
want to get the
look
beating
what I
part.
have to pay in order. Yeah, exactly. So I'll skip the pay and I'll just live without the GI Joe.
Yeah, I can live without the beating.
Somebody's gonna a devil is gonna whip my ass. I'm just gonna look at I'm gonna tear out the paper on the like James said, the New York Daily News. I'm gonna
Hmm.
tear out the paper of the GI Joe the Kung Fu Grip.
Stick it on my wall.
No, I'm gonna tape it to another.
One of your sister's old Barbies.
Right, I'm gonna tape it to. I'm gonna tape it to a bar. Oh, Barbie doll. Yeah, that's close enough.
Close enough. Close enough, man. Oh my. Okay. All right. That's great. So, okay, but for you, Santa stays on the naughty list
Yeah, because of Krampus. Yeah.
because of Krampus. But I think about those all those Hallmark films that they have of the person who leaves their job and goes into some small town and all of a sudden, everything that they built up their life to that point, and now they say, well, no, that's okay. I'm gonna stay here and live
Usually it's a
this
woman.
life.
Usually a woman.
Yeah, yeah, generally a woman that does that and say, okay, I'm gonna stay here because this is the penultimate for me to live this life.
That's right.
So
The
if
woman
you
giving up.
have
Woman giving up her career.
that's like giving up your career in order to have this life living with some farmer, you know what do you think?
What do you mean? What do we think?
Do those characters make the nicest of the naughty list? Now, in the one sense, you could say they went through the process of decluttering their lives, moving to
Yeah.
something that is uncomplicated, etc., and that may be a good thing. But I feel like everybody at your previous job is expecting you to go there, do a thing, and bring your behind back. And now everything at your previous job is all in a mess because you decided that you need to change your life over Christmas holidays. So they're all going to get fired, or they are going to have significantly more work to do because you didn't ask anybody's permission to go out there and do that to change
Neither
your
one.
life while they were still expecting you to come back.
Or
So I
they're
think
already used
anybody.
to carrying, or they're already used to carrying the weight, so at least she's gone.
No, no. On these shows, nobody else uses candy weight. We have to stay within the confines of the
Wait,
issue,
wait
which
a
is
minute. I
she is
mean,
this person that's usually like some top, what you call it, the top
yeah,
dog doing her thing. Everybody else is so, they're all behind her, working to assist, blah, blah, blah. They're like, otherwise, them leaving their job would not make any sense because then who
Penelope,
would care? Yes.
Penelope, you turn it to Sonia. That's review. That's examining it too close. Somebody thinking about that. She tried to get her groove on.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. If she goes to get her groove on, does she make the naughty list because she left everybody else in a lurch?
No, no, no.
I think she does.
I think she good.
No way. She makes the naughty list. She's on the naughty
You don't
list. She's
even
the
see
queen
that.
of the
What?
naughty
Because
list.
she took care of herself?
Yes.
You don't even see that in the movie. You don't see these other people.
Yeah, you do. You always see her first in her job in New York.
Right,
Then she leaves her job and
right,
goes off to do this other thing. I just gonna go. I'm a reporter and I'm gonna do a story on these farmers and people in this little farming area. And
right.
then they decide, oh, I'm not coming back to my job. We're all waiting for this story. You're supposed to be putting in, blah blah blah, and
They,
they
they,
never come back.
these people are as fungible as anything. So they can get somebody to look just like her to be on the anchor in the news in New York. She's not losing nobody. Nobody losing their job over this woman.
Okay, so much as you say so, but I disagree. I think that those people definitely should make the naughty list because they're self-interested, and they let everybody else, leave everybody else in the lurch while they go pursue their happiness.
I think that's sexist.
Well, if a guy did it too, he'd be just the same. It'd be no different if it was a guy.
I put my vote up. My vote's for sale. Whoever, because
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Naughty. I
Thank you,
think it'd be
sir.
naughty if she brought that farmer guy back to New York.
Yeah, that's pretty bad too, because he would hate that.
Yeah, if he green acred her, or
Ugh.
Reverse.
made her go against her will to the farm.
Or if she made him against his will come to the city, but I would figure that he would get the benefit of coming to the city. He would be
Right.
so much happier.
Right.
okay, who says that she should go on the nice list?
I
I
think if
think
she's taking care of herself and
Right,
recognizes that she's overstressed and
right.
the job wasn't really her after all, then she needs to stay on the nice list.
I
If
Okay,
she's doing it for if she's doing it just to be a jerk, no.
right. Okay, I'm with you. Now who goes who says she should be on the naughty list?
Me, I think she should absolutely be on the naughty list.
Okay, I'm with you.
that's why you're
Whoever it is, whoever it is, I'll
he's
go with whoever it
independent.
is.
That's why he does. That's why he's an independent voter. He can
That's
do.
right. He do whatever he wants to do. You do
He's
your
not
thing, man.
non-committal.
That's right. And that's okay. That's
Now
okay.
you know who characters that definitely should go on the naughty list are the Martians, because
And
if you
why?
remember,
And
because of
why?
the classic film Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Hmm.
They had no. Why are y'all coming to Earth to kidnap Santa Claus?
Get your own. I mean, it's a pretty
Yeah,
simple job, you know?
yeah.
I mean, y'all have spaceships. I'm
Doug,
pretty certain you can figure out the flying sleigh thing on your own.
he belongs to us.
Yeah,
Get your own GI Joe with a kung fu grip.
yeah, I'm with that. I think, come on, get out of here with that Santa thefting.
Yeah, they definitely should go on the naughty list.
And you know who should
Agreed.
also be on the
Agreed.
naughty list too? You know who should be on the naughty list?
Who?
Santa Claus again for being a a what you call it, a sweat
Yeah,
Sweatshop.
running a sweatshop. Absolutely. You should not run a sweatshop. It's a terrible thing for Santa to do.
He should
Also,
be in jail for that.
yeah, also, I think that, with regard to uh, the fictional characters that I would put in on the naughty list, I look at like all the superheroes. There's so many superheroes that should be on the naughty list
Why?
because I look at somebody, for instance, like Clark Kent Superman. All
Yeah.
right, granted, Superman does a whole lot of things that could be described as positive. It's helping us from being able to helping well keeping us from being overrun by other aliens. He's pretty good about himself being an alien and being here, but pulled up the ladder, or
He's
however you're
legally
gonna put it, behind him for other aliens to come
oh,
here. He's not putting up with that crap,
correct you.
right?
Let me correct
Huh?
you. Let me correct you.
Yes.
He was legally adopted by two Americans in Canada.
No, he was not legally adopted because the legal adoption mean that you know where he came from, who their parents were. They're put in an orphanage. I guess he eventually did go to an orphanage, but then come on, they didn't have any background. They're just like
Paperwork. They did the paperwork.
that child could have been kidnapped from someone.
They did the
They didn't even
paperwork.
care.
They're not Sonia. They're not investigating behind the paperwork. All they know
And they
is
should have. They should
Okay, I tell you one thing though, when it comes
have.
to Bat,
Martha, and John Kent. Yes, they should have been also put on the naughty list for failing to identify this child with ICE as being an alien. He
well,
should have. He
I
should
tell you,
obviously should have sent to ICE immediately.
I
You know how
tell
they
you
are,
one.
and because he was a little infant, just like the ICE, the judges down there at the border, they should have been asking him questions and having him have to actually testify at his own hearing, which they do to children at the border, 5 years old, sitting there, panel of judges asking children questions as if they know how to answer them.
You know, ICE agent got arrested I think yesterday or a couple of days ago here in New York City
What did he
Why?
do?
because he was part of some of them that was snatching people off the street, and a regular police officer told him, "No, listen, you can't do that," and he was giving the officer some mouth,
Hmm.
and so the officer put him in handcuffs.
Well, as well he should have, because that's a
Yeah,
police officer.
but I tell you, when it comes to Batman,
Yes.
I think he would put Wonder Woman on the naughty list because I see it's like them two got a thing for each other.
Yes.
Yeah,
but why would she be on the naughty list? Just because they got to think she got to think.
I
yeah.
mean, well, she's here, but I think that Wonder Woman also living her dual identity. Has she identified herself as an alien, as Diana Prince?
She's employed by the federal government.
So I guess they did a background check, right?
Yeah.
So okay, she should be fine because
Mm,
she's already been identified.
okay.
But Superman, I don't think that. I mean, they know he's an alien, right? But do they know Clark Kent is an alien? I mean, Clark Kent could be out there committing
Oh
all
no,
sorts of crimes.
he
Nobody
was a
would even know, right?
he was a baby, and like you said, had no agency. So the,
Right. But he knows as soon as he went to the Fortress of Solitude and found out who he was, he immediately should have gone to ICE and explained, oh, I
so
realize that I'm an immigrant and, I should probably be deported or something.
oh my
Well, I mean, if you look at if you go by that, just about half of the superheroes in DC and Marvel and Image and Dark
Hmm.
Horse should not should it should not even be in the country when you look at it.
Well,
I
they
mean,
should be. Yeah, they all got to be on the naughty list because they
I mean,
failed to identify themselves as aliens at the
but
time that.
the Fortress of Solitude is made of ice.
Ah, I
Boom, boom.
see. All right. Very cool. Like, okay, I'm with you. The Fortress of Solitude is made of ice.
And his name really is Clark Kent. And
His
so,
name is Kal-El.
well, his name is Clark. He don't have that foreign name like that.
He
That's
knows
not.
he has a foreign name. He heard in the Fortress of Solitude. He
No,
heard them tell him, and he is definitely Kal-El. He is
see,
definitely from Krypton.
that sound like a Muslim name or something. That's
And you know he would definitely be picked up by ICE if they even
yeah,
thought that was an issue.
yeah. That's not.
But again, but let's go back to with Wonder Woman.
Yes, yes.
Where's this island that she supposedly where's exactly its origin? I find that
Themyscira.
suspicious.
She's supposed to be from Themyscira.
Where's that at?
I guess it has to be somewhere near Greece, I would presume.
Oh, so she don't have no papers.
Well, I mean, she's got to must have something because, as you indicated, she's got federal clearance. She's working for the federal government. It's
Yeah,
Diana.
but even that, if you go by the Wonder Woman TV show,
Mm-hmm.
they're like that's murky because it was like two different Wonder Woman. They were the first season, I think it was set in World War II,
Mm-hmm.
and the second season they brought it, up to date. So which is it? I
I
find
would
it
say
very
the World War II, when of course she's Diana Prince as the secretary for what's his name? Uh,
Steve
what's the
Steve.
name?
Martin.
What's the guy's name? Major what?
Steve.
Steve what? I can't remember his last name, but yeah, but she was his secretary. So obviously during World War II, she had clearance, right? As
Yeah.
Diana
yeah,
Prince,
but
not
how
as
how
Wonder Woman, as Diana
but
Prince.
okay, she was his secretary, right?
But
Yes,
where'd
yes.
her papers come from?
Yeah. And
I
how do
don't
we know
know,
if it wasn't some type of honeypot type of thing going on there? Blackmail,
But
you know.
could have been. I mean, because basically she
but they
just could
did
kill
build
them.
this in the 1840s. What's wrong with that?
Wait, what's wrong with what? I'm sorry, I missed it.
The honeypot thing.
What's wrong with it is the fact that this woman, whoever she is, because obviously we don't know where she's come from or whatever, that's blackmail. It's possible blackmail.
Who's she
We
blackmail?
don't, for all we know, she could have come from, she could be a product of the Kremlin. We don't know. We have to, this is the questions that we need to find out.
But
But
what's
does
the
it put her on the naughty list though? Simply
because
because she made a small. I mean, does her value that she adds to the nation, is it such that we will look the other way? Regarding her?
There's, when it comes, there's no such thing as being ignorant of the law. No.
but she's but like Penelope said, she adds value to the nation. So you look the other way.
Like all those Germans that they allowed to come over, those Nazis they allowed to come over here after World War II. You know,
Help,
the
help get you on the move.
determination was that they added so much value to the
They help,
country.
Wouldn't you
they
do
help.
the same thing for Clark Kent?
Yeah, yeah, too. That absolutely. Because without those Germans, you don't get on the moon. That's what they say.
But that's what they said.
Well,
Yeah.
you know how we could find out
How?
what the situation is with her. Use her own lasso of truth on
Ah,
her.
they're right. The magic lasso.
You know
And
what
see,
though?
if Diana Prince wasn't here, what we wouldn't here, we wouldn't even have a magic lasso.
But the thing is, you got to take. Who's gonna take it from her and use it on? Not me.
Not me. Not me.
Me either.
No, well, give Batman since he has a thing for her.
Yeah, Batman can get it from her. He's good
Yeah,
at
he's
that.
gonna use that rope for other purposes. I know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Actually, you could probably get Supergirl to do it because Supergirl was supposed to be a natural truth detector.
Ah,
I didn't know that. Really?
Me either.
Yeah.
That's news to me.
How'd she do that? How'd she,
I don't know how she do that. That's one of her
No
powers.
way.
She was
That's
a natural truth detector.
see, this is
I
a
feel like she
thing.
has
Of
to
course, that's
people.
like that's like a scary thing that they tell you that somebody can do so they can justify doing bad things to you. It's like,
Oh,
oh, I like your parents could look at you and say, I can tell when you're telling a lie. No, you couldn't.
she
That's
never
somebody's
told anyone she could do it. She just did it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like your parents tell you, I can tell when you're telling a lie.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Right, they can't. Right, you know
Yeah,
what?
stop.
That works.
Stop even
That
saying
works
that
so much.
nonsense.
That works all the time. That works all the
It
time.
does. It does. It worked all the time on children. But the
Yeah,
thing
it
is,
works
once you grow up, you learn, no, that's not true because people lie to you all the time,
all
and
the time.
you
Yeah,
apparently are not figuring out. I'm looking at the person lying to you, and you don't get it.
right.
That's when they lost their hold on me with that one. I'm
Wow,
saying,
you
I'm
really
looking
that's
at this person
revelation.
lying to you right to your face, and you can't tell. Come on.
Revelation. That's a revelation. You know,
Yeah. I
because
mean, for kids,
I thought my mom did have those superpowers. Like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, I
The
did.
eye in the back of her head.
yeah, that too. Yeah, I thought I couldn't think like bad thoughts or something like that. Or about
Hmm.
my mom told me to do so to punish me because she like read my mind.
Or specifically, I said that if you try to tell a lie about something, they can tell when you're telling the truth
Yeah,
and when
that
you're
too.
lying. And it's like, man, I found out that wasn't even nowhere close to being the truth. It's
I
like,
As,
come
as,
on.
as they used to say
I
in
mean, I felt
baseball,
robbed actually when I
yes, I
realized
agree.
that.
I
my
agree.
mother used to steer me back to third base all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah. See. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
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 Yeah. So I put my mom on the naughty list now.
Yeah. Mine can join her.
But then I took her off because I'm
They're
scared.
lying at us. You took her out because we're scared of them.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm feared of her, so I took her off.
yeah, put her on because they deserve it. Took her off because we're scared.
Put her off because yeah. I put it back on the nice list because I don't want her to come to me in a dream tonight and do some bad stuff.
Yeah, yeah, make your life miserable.
That's right. So yeah. I
Yeah,
love you, mom. I'm scared.
I'm scared. I'm with you on that one. I'm not gonna push against the individuals who run this place, right? They run this joint, so we just be quiet,
Definitely,
let them run it.
definitely run the joint.
So that's the thing now. I say all fictional moms who tell their children that they can read their minds, so they know when they're telling the truth or lying. You make the naughty list, all of you. Y'all make the naughty list. Just tell your child up front, I
That's
don't
all.
know what's going on. No, you tell them the truth.
All of them
I
knows.
don't. You tell your children the truth. I don't know what's going on in your mind, and you could be telling the truth. You could be lying, but understand, if you are lying to me, you are going to go to hell. So there. That's all you do. Tell them the truth.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Not going through
You
that
are
door.
going straight to hell.
Not going through that door. You're brave. You're a brave woman enough. You know.
No, I just said that's what mom should say instead of telling kids, "Oh, I know what you're thinking." No, just say, "I don't know what you're thinking, but do understand that if you are lying to me, you are going to hell." That's what you tell them.
Because you're not honoring your father and thy mother like the commandments told you to do.
Yep, there you go. You've lied to your
You
mother, and
your
now
parents
that's it for
on the
you.
list because of that.
What?
You say you're putting your parents on the naughty list because of that.
Yeah, this should be on the naughty list for telling children that they can know what they're thinking and they can tell when they're lying.
I'm not doing it. I'm not. No.
Yeah.
I'm much too
Um,
afraid to do any of that.
okay. Well, we understand, but I'm just saying, just from Santa Claus's point of view, if you want to get my position on this is what I'm saying, that parents who say that thing that they know what's going on in the kid's head when they know they don't, and that makes children go through life then saying, when is it my superpowers are going to kick in that I know what's going on in people's heads? Oh, that's right. That was just a lie all along. Nobody can do that.
That's what they have therapy for. I'm not doing that. No.
Okay. All right. All right.
Uh, on,
Okay.
on
And I
my
guess,
list, on my list, the naughty are all the TV and uh movie villains that you see, and then they get put on the good list because they get a redemption story, and you see why they were the way they were.
For
so
like
you think that should be the naughty list?
for
Don't you
who?
think
I
that
said they're on the naughty list until they get their redemption
okay.
story, and you
All right.
figure out
All right.
why they're the way they are.
Okay.
For example,
Like Wicked, we just watched Wicked, and I remembered reading the book Wicked, and the L. Frank Baum books. The Wicked Witch of the West is really, really, really bad.
Mhm.
But then, what is his name? Je- oh, I just forgot the author of Wicked comes around and comes her story, and you realize she's not really, really bad. They just needed a villain of the story, and they made her the villain because she cared too much.
She
You
cared
see
too.
how they tricked her into making the flying. They tell you that she made the flying monkeys just because she didn't like animals. No, in the Wicked book, she loved animals and was fighting for animal rights because animals were sentient in Oz before the wizard showed up, and they tricked her into harming the monkeys.
Okay, so
And
the
that's why
monkeys.
the monkeys were loyal to her because they realized she was tricked.
I got
Okay,
to
but
agree.
the monkeys didn't want to fly. I'm sorry. I don't feel like if you're gonna trick me and get me some wings so I can fly, trick me every day, man. I would
I
like to
don't.
get into that flying business.
I just
How
want
do
to fly.
I
No,
perhaps
but
get
they
into the
were
flying
tricking her
business?
because they wanted spies. The
They want flying monkey spies.
the monkeys really didn't want to fly.
What
They
kind of monkey
tricked
doesn't want to fly? What kind? Okay, that's it. You monkeys,
I,
monkeys want to be monkeys.
you're on the
right,
naughty list.
I
I don't
agree
care
with.
if you're a monkey or not, but everybody should want to have wings. So
I agree
you know
with.
you make the naughty list for not
I,
being grateful.
I agree
But
with.
yeah, you find out that she wasn't. She was just trying to fight for the people who were downtrodden, put in the corner. And you find out that the wizard just they needed common enemies to keep him in power, so that they made all the animals common enemies.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I must say that was a really good book. It was.
You like the book?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you get like Sleeping Beauty. Well, put my rival's daughter into sleep if your husband says I'm going to leave you for her and then don't, and then you invite everybody else to the party, and because you don't want people to know that we had a thing before you married her, you don't invite me. Of course, Maleficent got mad.
You see, you know what? There's a. Did we mention this before? There's a
Yes,
web.
last week I think we did talk about the
Yeah,
origin stories. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that sounds good, but if you knew the origins of these stories,
Oh, I know the origins. Yeah,
yeah,
but
stepmother is really the mother. It's like and Hansel and Gretel, or I
yeah,
think yeah,
and Maleficent was the previous girlfriend that he dumped to marry the prettier version and got Aurora.
yeah. I don't know if that's part of the lore thing, but or the history of it, but it's like a retelling. I think Penelope is one person who's you. Did you say you don't like retellings?
Um, I just said I don't like certain types of retellings. I don't mind retellings. I just like certain types of retellings I don't like.
Like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Like so people say that the Three Bears are the antagonists, right?
Mhm.
Instead of saying Goldilocks is like breaking and entering into their place.
Right, right.
Yeah, that would be a retelling, right?
Yeah, but I mean I like that retelling I do like. I also like the retelling that they did for what is the thing? Shrek, where they had the Goldilocks and the Three Bears and the issue where, Goldilocks, living with the Three Bears and she feels like she feels kind of like an outsider a little bit, but for the family, the Bears to actually get to the point of saying, no, we do consider you. You are, our child. You are, part of this family, even though they were like robbers and stuff. That was her family, and the baby bear she felt always it did not like her because he felt displaced by her, and I liked the way they treated it, dealing with issue basically of adoption, and what happens, when children are adopted get older, and how some still feel alienated. I thought that retelling I really liked. So there are certain things, yeah, that I like retellings, but other things I don't. It just depends on the retelling. I can't remember what it was we were watching, where the retelling was something that I thought was that didn't hit me quite right, and I know I remember discussing it. I can't remember what we were watching at the time, but yeah, some retellings are kind of just they don't make sense.
Well, a lot of the Wicked is a retelling, isn't it?
Well,
Yes, it is.
Wicked's the other side of the story. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's interesting that somebody approached it that way. You know, but
Yeah, I was sorry.
again, I say what ungrateful monkeys that don't want to fly. Somebody made you fly. You should be like grateful to them,
Well, that's why they were loyal to her
and
when
they should be.
they realized that she had been tricked.
I don't care if they're tricked or not. I get to
Yeah.
fly, so I'm good.
Yeah, but
Good.
the
The thing,
monkeys were loyal to her
Yeah,
once they realized what was going on.
yeah. So that's cool.
well, the
But
thing is
again,
that
for me, I'm like, look, I'm
you know,
flying.
the,
I'm
the
cool.
if the cost, if the cost of flying is to have these appendages grow out of your back, I'm not sure. I don't know about that.
I'm in. I'm still doing it.
Like
I'm
a
No,
foot, like
well,
still doing
from what I remember with the book, didn't she sew the wings onto the monkeys?
it. Boy, she's
No, she was the only one who could control the magic that would give them the wings. And they tricked her into reading the spell that would give them the wings
I am
because they
all.
wanted spies to spy around all the people of Oz.
I don't
Well,
want wings.
I enjoy the thing of getting the wings. The spying, not so much, but then wings, I am for it.
I don't want wings on my back. No, the fly. I want to get.
I do. I mean, if that's the only way I'm getting to fly, I'll take it.
But Delphi, check
I
this out.
can't afford first class. Go ahead.
But it's
But
the change. It's the change like the werewolf, where they just spring out of your, they break your bones to make the wings that come out of your back.
But it stays that way forever. I don't have to be like a werewolf shape shifting. I just keep them, so I'm cool.
I don't want my back broken.
But I just
And
have to go through the process of getting a new wardrobe. That's the only thing.
what if I get too heavy? Like I get heavyweight, like I get overweight, and my
Mhm.
wings no longer can support me. And then that they're just wings. They're just appendages. That's
Mhm. Well,
not
that's you,
good.
man.
That's
That,
not
that's
good.
yeah. So they say, hey,
Got the
they
appendages. Can't
the
do
wicked
anything.
witch will come. The witch will come to you and say, "Okay, time to hit that treadmill. Come on, hit that treadmill. You know, you
Yeah,
know."
but she was only wicked because she was branded the enemy of the state.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense because I mean being wicked or naughty or whatever is really relative, isn't it?
Hmm.
I can, you know what the thing is? I can't watch that movie. I mean, I haven't read the book and I haven't seen the play, but I can't watch the movie. And the reason I can't watch the movie is because I look at Cynthia Erivo.
And Ariana Grande, my God, they look horrific.
I don't like them either. I'm not spending my
I'm
money on
sorry,
that.
they look
Mm-mm.
terrible.
You look creepy as hell. It's like,
Yeah, they do not
you
look
look
good.
They
wicked.
capitalize on the fact that she looks creepy, and I think
Both
it's
of them? I thought
no.
one of them was supposed to be.
I mean,
They
she look
both look
creepy.
terrible.
But when you see how they portray Galinda, Linda, um, it makes a whole lot of sense.
Well, you know what though?
She's the negative of, it's basically the negative of Barbie,
I mean,
where
to
you
me,
can be
Yeah.
anything.
well, to me,
But the
Mabel
thing
King,
she should have been was not looking like that. It's very
Mabel King,
scary, and I think it's not good for little girls.
Mabel King and the Wiz look better than she did. She looked
Hmm.
horrible.
They both look terrible, and I think it's bad for little girls for them to see that.
She looked horrible, man.
Hmm.
She like a victim of something.
Hmm. I
Like
think
she
it's
fell out.
not good for little girls to see them looking like that and
Why you say
having it
that?
pass for normal. It
Why
is
you say
not
that?
good.
Why you
Hmm?
say that? Why you say it's bad for little
Because
girls?
they both look anorexic. They look terrible.
Cynthia doesn't look anorexic in the
Oh my
movie.
God, she does to me. She looks terrible.
I'm
Not the
not talking
first
about
movie, but the
the face.
second one.
Well, that's when she's branded wicked.
Well, yeah, she looks terrible.
I'm not
I
talking about.
just don't like Cynthia Erivo, so I don't. Mm-mm.
I don't like her face. I ain't got nothing to do with her being a like bone or anything. It's like her face is horrible looking. That sounds
Well,
so superficial, but it just
yeah.
she looks horrible.
I mean,
I agree
she.
full heartedly.
I think, but she didn't always look like that. That's the thing. It's like, what did you do?
Hey,
You
I got
know?
an idea. How about some eyebrows or something like that?
I don't know. I mean, she just looks.
How about you put some eyebrows on?
Yeah, she looks anorexic. She looks terrible. And I mean, for people to have children, especially young girls,
You
look
think
at
it's
that and make them think that that is normal. That I mean, this that the whoever
Okay,
is in the
okay,
industry,
But they
whoever in the
don't
industry allows
in the
that,
movie. They
they
don't
should be
treat
on the
it
naughty
as
list.
normal.
That they should be in the naughty list. Anybody allowing that to walk around looking like that should be on the naughty list.
you're
And not
talking
saying
about
and not saying definitively that
how
this
she
is
looks
bad.
in the second movie.
Second movie and walking around in the world that she is now, that's terrible looking.
Okay, 'cause I don't know. Maybe it's me, but the first movie, from what I saw, she didn't look too bad. But if you're talking about how she looks in the second movie
Yeah.
and how she looks, because I've seen her at I guess the premiere.
hmm
Yeah, she's a little bit too thin.
Yeah, they both are. They both are. And it was
Yeah.
so, and I mean, my fearfulness is that, again, we get back into that thing where when we were children, when I was a child at least, they have young women thinking that they should be like these b- bony, anorexic looking
isn't it isn't it
people.
the,
Uh,
isn't
No,
that the isn't that the Hollywood thing?
I think
Every
to some degree,
huh?
I think to some degree you're correct.
Yeah, I mean, what woman is shapely that you can think of now that's in Hollywood, that an actress
Mm-mm.
all the time. You
I
can't.
can't think of anyone. I remember when
Yeah.
Issa Rae first went to Hollywood, and she was so cute, and then she lost all that weight. I mean, she lost the kind of weight that makes it look like your face doesn't even look like you anymore. Like she lost all her, her distinctive, unique qualities of her face. She just did not look like herself.
So
I guess it's the Twiggy legacy.
Mm.
yeah,
Remember her?
Yeah, I remember
because
Twiggy, but the Twiggy was Twiggy. Everybody can't be Twiggy. They can't all be her. She's her.
that's what Hollywood puts out there. That's what Hollywood says that people like.
So
So
Hollywood should be on the naughty list for that.
so maybe yeah, maybe it should be on the naughty list for body dystopia or
Body
something.
dysmorphia. Yeah, that's not good.
Dystopia, dysmorphia. Be-
Yeah,
because that's the way Hollywood think or tells women, not so much men, because there are a lot of fat ass men out there. I'm telling you, they're out of
yeah,
shape. You see it on TV how
yeah.
guys that look like Ralph Cramden all the time.
Mhm.
Women that women can't look like Ralph Cramden.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Nope,
it's very
they sure
interesting. Like I
can't.
saw this recently when Melissa McCarthy, not what's her name, McCarthy was on Saturday Night Live, and she had lost a lot of weight, but she looked like herself. I thought she just looked fine. She looked like herself. And
Yeah,
she
but it's not just Hollywood that puts that out there. It's also the modeling and fashion industry.
well, the fashion industry is different because they don't the designers do not care how you look. They just want you to be a human clothes hanger. So, in fact, the more distinctive you look, the more quote unquote beautiful you are, the less useful you are to them. They don't need they don't want you to pay attention to the model. They need you to pay attention to their clothes.
Okay, because I don't know. There was a time with the fashion industry where they said, I guess it was like the 90s going into the turn of the century,
hmm
where it was popular to have the quote unquote heroin addict
Heroin,
look.
heroin chic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, because they want you to not be a person with curves and hips and breasts and stuff. They want the people to look at their clothes. They do not care if you're looking at the model. So they want you to look like a human
Yeah,
clothes
but
hanger.
isn't the thing
Olive
is,
oil for them would be perfect.
it isn't the thing that if you're a normal person, I guess normal people don't go to those shows, but if you went to those shows and you saw someone wearing those clothes, would you say, I will never be able to fit in those clothes unless I emaciate myself?
Probably.
And can can I ask you guys something a little bit off topic? Would you buy from a fashion designer un- underwear that's soiled?
What?
What? Why are you nuts?
What?
Why
How,
are you asking a question like that, James? Just
how is
answer me.
that?
Why? Why?
No, no.
How your brain work that into? How your brain?
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, wait.
Oh
Calm
my
down,
goodness. Where are
citizens.
you?
Calm down, citizens. Calm down. Put the pitchforks and talk. torches away.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
there's it. See, that's why you guys need to listen to WBAI because they have people on here. There's this one woman. She criticizes the fashion industry, and she found out for a couple of $1,000, and it's not really soiled by human waste, but they make underwear look like it's been, for lack of a better word, piston.
Why?
This is she. What she was trying to say. In fact, her name is the hippie of fashion. She's trying to say that it's gotten totally out of control what people will buy.
Oh, was
In
that
it,
Well,
the
she
Donald?
don't have to worry because I will not buy that. You don't have to worry.
That the Donald Trump look? That soil yourself and just walk around. Is that?
No.
yeah, and I didn't know there's a genre in fashion called distressed
Yes,
fashion.
sure. That's been around for ages.
Maybe it just
Yeah, no
But
really.
but
Walking
distressed is different from soiled.
Yeah.
Distress makes it look like the holes in the jeans were because you've been using them a lot.
yeah,
yeah,
and to
Things
me
like
that's
things are
that's
acid washed. Remember the
yeah.
people who acid wash and
No, it's
stone
not
wash
even.
things,
It's
no, no,
not
no.
even. It's not even
cut some stuff in
torn.
them. No, but
No,
no,
it's
acid wash and
Raggedy,
stone wash
walking around raggedy
no,
to make.
clothes.
it's not even torn jeans at the knees.
Hmm.
Okay, that's been a fashion statement, yeah, for decades, right? No, with this distressed fashion. In fact, our friend Kanye, because I refuse to call him by his new name,
He has
you're
one.
looking like a
He
homeless
got a new
person.
name. What's the new name?
I never
You
knew he
didn't
had
say
one.
Yay. YE.
I was about to
Yeah,
say,
Oh,
I'm
that
serious. I was
old.
about to ask
No,
you,
man.
Sonya,
If you
what are you
said
cheering
that, if you
about?
said that, I wouldn't know who you were talking about. So you need to stay with the old one, because I wouldn't know what you were talking about. So yeah,
yeah.
thank you for.
But yeah, you're looking like you're homeless. You or you was sleeping in the dumpster and all that, and it's just that should go on the naughty list.
Yep, I'm agreed with that.
yeah, because that's good for job interviews.
Yeah,
But when you go to job interview, you say, well, if you don't think that I look good, then that means that you're not hip enough for me to even be interviewing here. So there. You're not rejecting me. I am rejecting you.
and
So
you
there.
storm out the office.
That's right.
And, and, and leave a pair of underwear
Yeah, thank you, sir.
behind. here's my
Oh,
here's my clothes.
yeah, but
Like
all of
Carly
that
Friday.
fashion stuff
I
definitely with the
agree.
used underwear need to go on the naughty list.
I concur.
Hmm.
I concur. Absolutely.
Yeah, for that you need to get in the bag, and Crumpus needs to beat the crap out of
Exactly.
Very, very
Get them
kind.
crumpets. Yeah, get
Get
them.
him. You make the Krampus list. You just don't make the naughty list. You make the
That's what you
Krampus
should have, Penelope.
Birch,
You
yeah,
should have three
Birch,
lists. Get this.
Birch branch ass beating list.
You
And
should have
then
three lists.
the host of the show, the host
Hmm.
of the show with the used underwear, he asked, "Does it come in brown?"
Okay, very good, very
so,
good.
so Penelope, you should have three lists.
James,
Yes.
I lost all faith in you now, okay?
You
I
was just
lost
listening to
all
it.
faith
He
in
was just
you.
listening.
Hmm.
Well, thank you.
You just
Yeah.
so Penelope, you had three lists.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah,
The
three lists.
nice, the nice, the naughty, and the Krampus list.
That's the Krampus list. That's it for you, man. You go all the way. You take the Gehenna Express in a basket. You
And
know.
right now, you all, James is on the Krampus list.
We get him on
Thank you
there.
very much.
Just
Oh
listen
my
to
I
goodness!
try to do my best.
And you
give me
did a
Wow.
real, you
but
did
why
a hell of a job today.
Yeah, no joke.
is he on the list, man?
I never heard of such a thing before.
So he's on the
Mm,
Soiled
list for bringing it
underwear.
to our attention.
Huh?
He's on the list for bringing it to our attention.
He
Yep.
should be, shouldn't he?
Mm-hmm.
but
Yep.
listen,
Mm-hmm.
if I must sacrifice myself, I'm all for it because that is the totally most
Well, you did
absurd.
it. You sacrificed yourself. You
I mean,
Oh
sacrificed
wow.
yourself for everybody for the next few years, okay?
You know what?
All
You know what
right.
the issue is?
Mhm.
You know what the issue is? People who dress like that are people that have too much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
agreed. Agreed.
yeah.
You should be, trying to figure out what your next favorite charity is going to be. If you are doing something like that, then
You have too much.
you are not thinking charitably enough. If that's
No,
what you're going
you're
to spend
not.
your money on, come
Nah,
on.
people have lost their ever loving minds these days.
Because they're
Agreed.
too rich. I mean, you have
Yeah,
people, there are more billionaires than there ever been in the world before. And so you have people that have way too much. And so now they want to this new aesthetic that they have, which is what you described, is that's the way they differentiate themselves from poor people and other rich people by
But shoot,
showing
I
off.
know a lot of poor people. They walk around in pissy underwear all the time. So what? Are they the
Yeah,
new
but they
reach,
don't do
the
it on
Hugo
purpose.
Reach? You know?
They don't do it on purpose.
Hey.
They don't do it on purpose.
I mean, I don't. Well, you know what? But they better because they are purposefully doing it. You know, doing this stuff. I mean, they're so lazy they won't even piss their own underwear
No,
to buy it, looking like
they're
it.
so
Come on,
rich.
that
No,
shows
they're so rich.
complete and total degradation of these individuals that they will
Yeah, because
even
they
do
got so.
that much.
That's what happens when you have too much for them.
Agreed. I'm going to tell you that is crazy, crazy.
yeah, yeah.
That's not crazy. That's nasty.
When you
Yeah,
have
both.
when you have too much, when you have too much money, you have too much resources, you
Yeah,
become like
yeah.
that.
That
Because
isn't that. I mean,
normal
you.
things do not bring you pleasure anymore.
Yes. Was it overindulgence, overly
Right.
sensitized
You can't
that
eat a
normal
normal.
things do not
Yeah, you
bring
can't eat a
pleasure?
normal cake. You had to eat a caviar cake.
Yeah.
And here's another one that should go on the naughty list. I think I told you guys about that store down in Soho here in New York City where people are lining up and to just go into this store, and it's supposed to be like a high end bodega, and
Hmm.
people are buying boxes of chicken nuggets for $17,
Now,
and
now,
that's like the lowest. That's the lowest thing price in the store. Everything else is even more expensive.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's no such thing as a high end bodega.
I know. I wish you would tell that to
Definition.
these. I wish you would tell it to some of these huckleberries here in New York.
Well, you know what? There's a Huckleberry here that I went in. Penelope dropped me off. I said, "Oh
Hmm.
look, you know our neighborhood is gentrifying, right?" So he said, "Oh look, there's a bodega."
Hmm.
I went in. I said, "Penelope dropped me off. I'm looking and going to So I go into the bodega.
Hmm.
It looks nothing like any bodega I've ever seen or grew up with in my entire life, or even seen, even when I go back east. Okay, so this place is basically like a high-end Subway sandwich shop.
Mm-mm-mm.
So here I go. I see this lady. She's of the other persuasion, and I ask her. I said, "Oh, this is pretty good. Why do you call it a bodega?" And she says to me, "My sister uh, traveled to the East Coast and saw the word bodega, and she liked the word bodega, and therefore we call our store a bodega." I said, "Ah." I
Oh my God.
took my ass right through the exit door and got in the car and drove away.
So let me out of here. Let me out of here.
Incredible.
I said, no, that's a
Incredible.
thing. It has does a particular thing, has a particular
The
purpose.
particular thing. It is a
It
particular thing. And so all these people who grab particular things and turn them into other things, they go on the naughty list.
Yes, agreed.
People who have high-end bodegas or just name their regular high-end sandwich shops, bodegas and stuff like that, or delicatessens or delis, they go into the naughty list.
Yes.
they
So
go
it's
into
not what
the,
it is.
they
It's not
go into these stores with their used underwear.
Yes, there we go. And the thing is
it,
even worse, you said that they're not you they're making them look like they were used. Come on, y'all.
Yeah,
You have
they come
yeah.
nothing better. Nothing better to do.
Somebody says to you, Nikki, excuse me, Nikki, could you piss on my underwear and I'll pay you $500 for it?
If I
Let's
if I
listen.
what?
Piss on that under, piss on the underwear that I give you, and then I give you $500 for them.
Say,
But I
just say,
gotta
give me
think about.
5 pair. I'll do them all at the same time for the same
No,
price.
I gotta think about that.
you had to think about. You have
Shoot,
to
five
actually think
hundred
about that.
dollars.
Yeah. So yeah, give me 5 pair. I'll hook you up, man.
Listen,
Maybe
for
I'll
five
get
hundred
back with you
dollars,
on that.
$500, just give me some chocolate milk. Okay. What else that
Oh
gives
my
me the runs?
goodness.
Oh, give me some chocolate milk and a
Oh
Dunkin'
my
Donuts
lord.
breakfast sandwich. Yeah, I can make you. I can make
Oh
you
no,
all the
no,
use such
Dunkin'
way you
Donuts.
want. Just,
The Dunkin' Donut sandwich is the stuff coming out of the other end. You don't want that. That's
No,
no,
no, they want it like that soiled. Really, they want you to
no. Yeah,
flip
listen,
flop.
just sit me down.
Mm-hmm.
Let me eat a chocolate milk,
Mm-hmm.
and let me eat because for some reason, Dunkin' Donut breakfast sandwiches run right the fuck through me.
Wow, there we
we're,
go.
we're in the category of TMI.
Yeah, there we go. There you go.
But
All
I have
right.
another.
Well,
I have
guys, I'm
another
looking down.
naughty
We're
list.
getting down to the last few minutes.
But one more
So,
thing, before the naughty list thing.
yes, yes,
AI. People who promote AI.
yes. They
AI and
naughty,
people who promote AI.
naughty. I mean, I
So
know there must be things that it's used for that is okay. I get it. But now this stuff has gone crazy. I mean, I understand what it's used for people making artwork and stuff of that, but it really does not have a place in any type of processes where you really need to have human eyes on it to make sure that it's accurate. It's
Oh, well,
anything mathematical or something that doing math problems, fine. But anything where you have to look at a problem and make certain that it is applicable to our five senses should not be done by AI because artificial intelligence does not have any senses at all.
I told you cultural things, right?
Yeah,
Like what a
because those
bodega,
are sensical
what a
things.
bodega, like what a bodega. You Google that, and the AI got
Yeah,
to tell you what a bodega is.
but AI has never seen what a bodega is.
Oh,
And so it cannot give you the texture of the definition. It can only say, well, it's a place where they sell some stuff because that's
Hmm.
a factual thing, but they cannot tell you the context of what it smells like, you know, what it looks like, the feeling you get of how everything is aligned in the store.
Hmm.
They don't know that, and they can't tell
like
that
like
story because it doesn't have senses.
like this, like Carl Anthony Towns, who plays for the Knicks.
Hmm.
It's called a bodega cat.
Hmm.
Okay, so
Oh, that's so cute.
how many people in the country knows what that is? That there's almost every bodega has a
Has
cat
a cat.
associated.
That's cute.
Yeah, and unless they look in his background,
Hmm.
they won't understand what it's about. Because his mother is Dominican,
Hmm.
and I think they come from Washington Heights. He grew up in Washington Heights, and a lot of Dominicans in New York City have bodegas.
Hmm.
They're not gonna know, but
They're
AI
not gonna know.
is not gonna know either. So
Yeah.
AI gets on the naughty list for telling me stuff that's not true and or try to make stuff up.
Yeah, because it doesn't understand. Instead of just being saying, I don't know the answer to that, it makes up
Hmm.
an answer. That's the problem.
Bro,
Because
a
they put
bodega
in.
cat is this and that.
Yeah. And then because also we learned, like watching Jeopardy, that when they have these categories that require that you are taking one thing from column A and another thing from column B and associating them that have nothing to do with each other, but a human being would know what it is, the
Right.
AI does not. It
It's
can't.
like
It does not.
what
Okay, guys, we're at the last second of the show, done last minute, 20 seconds. Thank you all for joining us for the show. We've had a lovely time. We'll be back again next week for more
bye.
discussion of motherhood. Take care of yourselves. Hasta la vista, babies. Goodbye.